Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is said to have many different twists and turns, as well as surprises in this film by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one great thing about Episode 9 is that we do know that J.J. Abrams is using this movie as a way to really change our perception on not just The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens, but all 8 Star Wars movies that come before The Rise of Skywalker, which honestly may be a good or a bad thing to do by Disney, Lucasfilm, JJ, and crew. It's all a matter of how it's going to be written on the big screen, how it's going to be executed, and how well it will sit well with fans around the world. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for the character of Rey and Luke Skywalker. Now, specifically, a description of Rey and the Force Ghost of Luke Skywalker sitting across from each other in front of a large Jedi temple that appears to be ancient in design. It's said to be a moment in which Rey is telling and admitting something to Luke that has been conflicting her. It's described that eventually Rey reveals to Luke that she has been feeling a dark presence growing within her since her bond with Kylo Ren, and that she feels a pull to the darkness. It's said to be a sequence that picks up with what Rey said in The Last Jedi, that she didn't know what to do with her power. The next goes over Luke Skywalker revealing and confirming to Rey that she needs to find balance and that this will be a part of Rey's story. In the third act is a struggle with the dark side of the Force and her being drawn to Kylo from being connected to him via Force bond. It's implied that the Force bond has something to do with Rey's pull to the dark side in the film. So I really want to go over a couple of parts about all of this. Now, we do know that J.J. Abrams is really evolving what Rian Johnson created in The Last Jedi, which was, of course, the Force bond sequences between both Rey and Kylo Ren. And, you know, there are a lot of people that like that idea, and there's also a lot of people that don't like the idea of Force bonds, which is perfectly fine and okay. But we do know that J.J. Abrams is evolving the idea, and is going to use that idea as a way to create some elements of drama between both Rey and Kylo Ren in Episode 9. And this is most certainly one of them, where Rey admits to Luke Skywalker that she is feeling a pull to the dark side, to the darkness itself, because of this Force bond with Kylo Ren. I guess it has something to do with dark side energy or something around those lines. So, for the longest time, a lot of people have been wondering, is Rey going to turn to the dark side? Will she actually turn into a dark side user? I don't think that they're going to go that far. I highly doubt that. But one thing I really do believe is going to happen because of all this, because she's feeling this pull to the dark side, is that she could absolutely pull a Luke Skywalker and what he did to Darth Vader in Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, where he used dark side power in order to take down his own father, Darth Vader. He used the dark side in order to win that fight. So when we think about that moment in which Luke almost turned to the dark side completely, we're most certainly going to get a similar scenario here with Rey because of the Force bond between herself and Kylo Ren. So, what does this really mean for the character of Luke Skywalker? Well, this is where the lessons fit into play here. We do know that Luke as a Force ghost in Episode 9 is going to be used in a sense in order to really give out lectures to Rey. And I think that this was hinted at in the teaser trailer, where Luke Skywalker is saying, you know, we passed on all we know. 1,000 generations live in you now, but this is your fight. So when Luke Skywalker says that in the teaser, sure, there's a lot of people wondering maybe that's really toward Kylo in a flashback, or maybe that's actually to Rey, and we're hearing the Force Ghost version of Luke Skywalker speaking. So this movie really is going to do a lot of special things for the character of Luke, and how he's going to pass on a lot of his knowledge to Rey in the form of a Force Ghost in Episode 9, where in this particular sequence, Rey admits a certain truth, something that has been conflicting her for a very long time now, is this pull to the dark side of the Force because of the Force bond between herself and Kylo Ren. So, like I say, a lot of people have been trying to figure out exactly who is Rey, or what is Rey. Is she a creation of Emperor Palpatine? Could that be another reason as to why she is admitting that she's got this pull to the dark side to Luke Skywalker? There's a lot of possibilities out there, but one thing I will bring up is that we also know that if you guys go ahead and check out The Force Awakens, when she strikes down Kylo Ren, she hears a voice speaking to her telling her to kill Kylo Ren. It's highly assumed that that voice that was speaking out to Rey was indeed Supreme Leader Snoke. So going into episode 9 now, we do know that J.J. Abrams is using a lot of inspiration from the books, the novels, the comics, you name it, in order to really evolve the characters of Kylo Ren and Rey in the story, and to really make the characters a little bit more complex with a lot of drama behind them, which I honestly think is a good thing, because when we look at these characters, we do know that in episode 9, they are going to go through a series of tests, and what I mean by that is that they are going to go through different obstacles that they have to complete, as well as different struggles as well. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Night to